Did you already milk the other one?
No.
Starting with her?
Yeah, we start with her because she's a slower eater and doesn't give me as much milk. So figure if I get her done first, then she gets all her grains and Apple doesn't sneak them.
Oh.
And she's more dancy-prancy, so I don't want to risk losing the whole milk bucket.
So we moved all the chickens down here this morning, and they're all back up around the house.
Dang it!
The thought was we'd move them down here into the pasture, let them kind of pick through all the manure and stuff from the cows and pigs and stuff. But they all migrated back up, so we'll see what happens tonight. We're trying to keep them free range, but avoid all the poop all over at least the front of the yard and the porch where we like to hang out. And I'm not so sure it's gonna work now, but we tried, right?
Yes.
So taking all of the electric fencing that we did have around the chickens, which is right here, we're gonna use that, set that up in the goat pen to get them trained on the electric fence so that we can then pasture the goats, rotate them around the property, and then give them a few days or a week or whatever it takes to, I don't think it'll take very long to get them trained to that. So you're not going to be able to tie them to the fences with the electric fence up.
That won't be good.
Uh-uh.
You gotta have them tied somewhere.
I could put 2 posts in here.
That'd be, well, I like having them, they do better if their bodies are up against something.
Yeah. What if you brought them outside the pen?
Oh, that's a good idea.
One at a time and just set them up like right here.
Uh-huh.
We're excited. We've got Goodmansons coming over today. We're going to process some rabbits today and give the rabbit meat a try. See if that's something we like. I don't think we'll actually eat it today, but we're going to process some of those bucks we got. I'd say a big day ahead of us trying to figure that out. Neither of us have ever done that before, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. Well, this is a good site. All the chickens are hanging around the calf pen, digging through their poo. Hopefully eating all the fly larvae and stuff. I think that the chickens will come back down at the end of the day, because that's their coop, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
So another thing with this moving the chicken coop down here that I'm not looking forward to and don't particularly care for is that it's a lot farther away from the house, which, you know, requires more work ultimately to feed them water them, you know, come down and collect eggs. You gotta walk a lot farther. So it's not an ideal situation. So we'll see how it goes. It's an experiment. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Thinking it through now, though, I don't have high hopes.
You still not done?
So this is our makeshift gate. Kind of hinges off of this post. We've got about 8 feet. And we just kind of pop it out to get in and out of the pen. So we've had a few comments about why don't we stake them out in the pasture instead of using the electric fencing. You want to talk about that?
Yes, I do. So, staking can be dangerous if you're not careful. Obviously, their collars are on their neck, and so if anything scares them and they bolt, there is a hanging risk where they'll choke themselves. And so I know Julie over at Dirt Patch stakes out her goats. Her entire property is fenced off, and she says she's always there. So she's always there to keep an eye on things, and bottom line, her property is completely fenced off. Ours is not. We do have some predators, we have some dogs. Heck, we have a dog. Hang on, sorry. We have our own dog that could scare them. We have been very, very careful to keep him inside and monitor when he is around the goats, and we've done very well at that. But that's not to say it will always do well. He sneaks out, he's a dog, and so we do not want to risk their lives to have them staked out, and so that's why we're going with the electric fencing and with the cattle panels to kind of keep them more contained for their own safety.
And it's all just an experiment for us. We're trying different things to see what works and what doesn't work and adjust accordingly. I think the key to all this is just being flexible.
For sure. And you know, I should say it was Rose over at Wholesome Roots who told me to be cautious with staking them out. And then I talked to Julie about it as well, and she agreed. You know, she says, yeah, you know, you do need to be cautious at this and this. So I'm really grateful for the friends and the resources we have available. You know, I know there's a lot out there, but specifically right now, we're grateful for Rose and for Julie and their help and their resources.
Yeah, I would say it's really helpful to have a source that you can call if you need to, because, you know, just watching a video or reading a book, there's only so much you can get from that. And I don't know, the relationship of somebody, it just helps a lot.
Yes.
So they can calm your anxieties or your fears, you know, things that can't happen through other ways. So we're grateful for them.
Yes.
Look what they did to our pine tree. When we first moved them out here, the shelter wasn't close enough to the fence. Well, it's still not. They put their heads through and chomped our pine tree. But I think it'll survive. I don't think it'll cause too much stress. There's some new growth poking through there. I'll have to do something, put some fencing up right there that they can't get their heads through.
Unless we end up moving them, then it won't be a problem.
That too.
So thanks for coming along today with us on this crazy adventure that we like to call homesteading. Really appreciate your support and joining our family. And make sure to give us a thumbs up, like, that's the same thing, share and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Goats day 4, here we go.
Yes.